are again. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Debs Cooper, Global Stressologist. Thank you for joining me today as we talk about strategies for removing our confusion from your head. Even just saying that, strategies for removing confusion from your head. That's 7 words. I think that's probably the longest title I've ever had. But literally it's just going, how to stop this from going like this. That's pretty much it. So I'm going to show you my strategies that I use that actually allow this to go, because when they're not, then that bandwidth we have is becoming very, very, very tight and about to explode. So once again, thank you for joining me. Drop in a chat where you're from, and if you're here watching a replay, I'd love a hashtag replay. That would be fantastic. And feel free to ask questions, because I now know with certainty that I can see your questions. Now, my tips today are going to be in no particular order. So grab yourself a note-taking device, whether that's a pen, pencil, notes on your phone, whatever it is, because I really would like these to land in you, because they are achievable and they will stop that confusion in your head. I'm not even going to talk about the pain points. I'm not even going to talk about how it's chaotic and how it can immobilize. I'm not going to talk about any of that stuff. I'm literally just going to give you the core hard facts of it. So let's jump into it. Number 1 is declutter. Declutter your mind. When I say declutter your mind, I think about this, and I think what you can do is you can journal. Now, you're either a journaler or you're not. You're either a writer or a talker or anything. You can journal. But if you can declutter your mind, because it's like all the weeds are taking over. Think of it as the weeds versus the flowers. All the weeds are taking over. So when you journal and you write it down, you can do this daily. It just allows you to start thinking about what's actually going on in your head. And it can help you process the emotions, the feelings, the mental chatter, without you actually having to do anything. It's just like, oh, okay, I can see it. I can literally see where I'm at and what I'm doing when you start writing these down. So journal. And of course you're going to do a journal. I'm a firm believer in having a pretty little journal for me, but do what works for you. I also talk about brain dumping when I'm talking about decluttering your mind, and brain dumping is just taking that out. So it's literally going into every room of your house, going into every room of your office, going into all the corners, going into your mind with the tasks you've got to do, and you're going to brain dump all the things in there out. Because when you pull all the weeds out, because they are weeds, that's what you're seeing them as, when you pull all the weeds out, the flowers can start growing. But until you pull all the weeds out, you often don't see anything. You don't see any flowers. All you actually see is weeds, and more weeds. With going on to the decluttering of your mind, when I think about this, there's this word that just actually makes me go, no way. But I'm going to put it in here because some people this is essential for, some people it's not. And it's called a digital detox. A digital detox is literally taking a break from your devices, taking a break from the computer, the laptop, I've got 3 phones in front of me, I've got 2 iPads, I've got all that. So it's taking a break from all of that thing, taking a pause, and limit that time from using the devices. Also can reduce your information overload. That can help you focus. And so just doing that, I know if I get into my office at 4 a.m. in the morning before everyone else comes online in my side of the world, I can get 2 hours in. And that 2 hours from 4 to 6 is phenomenal, because I can just get so much more done without getting distracted by emails coming in or messages or anything. It can now actually allow me 4 hours of quality work time if I get in and do that. So just be aware of that digital detox. If you want to do it. If you don't. Some people, when they go to bed at night, some people put their phones in the kitchen and then go to bed. There's many reasons for that. You just have to work what works for you. I'm not telling you to do that. I'm just suggesting that you can do that digital detox with whatever way works for you. Now, the other tip I'm going to say is set clear intentions. And so when I talk about the clear intentions, you've got to get specific. You want to define what those visions are that you actually want. What are they? What specific visions would you like to have in your life? And this actually also just gives you some clarity, and it can help you stay focused on what's actually meaningful to you. Like, actually, you're right. That's where I wanted to go. These are the steps to get there. So when I also say that, there's also sticky notes that can help you remind yourself, or set a timer on your clock. Actually, you're on path. I've got a couple of timers. One goes off at 4:44 in the afternoon, and one goes on at 11:11 every morning. And they're just a little reminder of how magnificent I am. No matter what's going on in my world, it just comes up and it's a little reminder. So set those reminders for you so you don't have to store that in your head. Now, I also have a little reminder on my, I'm not going to pull it off. It's a post-it note that I've got on here, and it tells me when I sign off my videos with people. I say, if you liked this, the next step is. It's literally that. Now, you'd think I'd know that every time I sign off on a video of somebody. You like this, the next step is? No, I don't. I don't remember it, but I know it's on my computer, and that's my little post-it note. Hang on. There. That just sits literally on a computer. That's it. If you like this, the next step is. That's how simple it is. So have those little things, because you're not clogging your head up having, got to remember this, got to remember this. And when I talked about my 11:11 and 4:44, they're actually affirmations. And the affirmations that sit true to me, and I can feel them, and I know wherever I am in the world, the 11:11 goes off, and I know what that is. I know what that is. It's just a reminder. Now, I'm not saying you need to repeat the same thing every day. I'm just saying just work what works for you. I just have it as a reminder, because it also tells me, it's 4:44. Where are you at? What are you doing in your day? 11:11, it's nearly lunchtime, or you've gone past your morning tea time. Where are you at with your day? So there's also a little caveat behind each of my reminders. Now, the next tip I'm going to talk about is break down what's going on in here. Now, I'm not going to say break down your problems or your chaos. I'm just going to say break down whatever is going on in here. And that could be chunking it. Chunking it is another way of saying get it out of your head and you put it down, but you're actually going, this is large, this is small. So you're putting it into a way that feels less overwhelming and easier to tackle for you, because that's all we want, really. We just want to be able to go down with this. Now, I know I had this post-it note here, but also pretty pictures are a great one. If you have a pretty picture, it just reminds you this is where you're going and what you're doing. And when this chaos comes in, I remember this. There's a thing I've got there, quote from John DeMartini. Everything's on the way, not in the way. And it's actually just sitting over there. And I see that when chaos hits, and I just happen to look at it and I go, it's on the way, not in the way. It's on the way, not in the way. So find what works for you and put those around. But do not, when I'm talking about break down what's going on, don't look at the why. Why is this happening to me? Why is it not happening to anybody else? Why? Because when you jump on that why train, it's just like a hamster wheel, and you go round and round and round and round, and you can't get off it. So when it goes to that, why me? Why is this happening again? Wherever this mindset chatter goes into, look at how has this been of service to you? How's this been a benefit to you? What's the gift in this? What's the blessings? What's the appreciation that come out of this? What's the value I've had from this? And when you see that why, the answers actually come out with the why, because you're starting to look at the flowers over the weeds. A why question is a weed. But when we're looking at the gift, the appreciation, the blessings, the service, the benefit, the value it's added, you're instantly looking at the flowers. You're instantly looking at the flowers. And that's where the whole intention is, to have the flowers grow. The next tip I'm going to give you is to prioritize. And when I say prioritize, I'm saying prioritize once you've got that list out of your head. Prioritize efficiently and effectively. Efficiently and effectively. Now, when I say that, there's this thing called the 4 Ds, and they're not Deborah. They're not 4 Deborahs, because that would just be insane, and good luck trying to get that. But the 4 Ds are do it, defer it, put it on another time frame, delegate it to someone who is inspired about doing that task, or dump it. Do it, delegate it, defer it, I'll do it tomorrow or later, or dump it, cross it off the list. They're pretty simple. But just know you're going to do one step at a time, because that's where you just go, I've got to do all this, I've got to do all this, I've got to do this. So another way around this is saying, just for today, I'm going to hit the top 3 things on my action list. Just for today, I'm going to do this. Just for today, I'm going to focus on what lights me up. Just for today. And when we talk about the, when you're doing the do, defer, delegate, or dump, when you're looking at that list, there's a thing called do it or defer it, but put a time frame on it. Now, I'm not talking about a deadline. Don't set a deadline, because deadlines are just, it's dead and it's done to you, and it just already sounds heavy. Ugh. So set a time frame. Set a time frame that works for you, society, and everybody else, because I'm going to say society and everyone else because 2020 hit and our time frames for a lot of things changed. So think of that and go, okay, what are the high priority things that will be wise for me to do, and then prioritize it and then do it. Sandra, definitely loved my to-do list, and then I can let it go. That's exactly it. Just freeze it up instantly. And then that Y train, yeah, that's totally it, Sandra. That Y train is literally like a hamster wheel. It just goes round and round and round, or a roller coaster, and it just beats you up, and all you get to see is the chaos, weeds over the flowers. The next one is your intuition. And when I say your intuition, it's trust it. Trust your intuition. Trust. So listen to it. So when feelings happen, or emotions, or thoughts, or your gut's doing little churny, whatever it is, it's actually telling you something, and your intuition will always guide you towards the correct choice. That's for the best for you. But it's our past stories. It's our past stories that come in and create that absolute chaos that can happen. So look at your intuition. Use it as a guide to pull you forward or to pause, and even do that 4Ds if you've got something. Hand on heart's one of my absolute favorites. Hand on heart. Does this feel right for me? Is this good for me? Does this feel right for me right now? Actually, no, it doesn't. Okay, I'm just going to put it to the side. It just can be that quick. Now, apart from trusting your intuition, I also want to talk, how I talked about a little bit about stories. They are our past experiences that have happened to us. So I don't want you going, oh, I remember that boy doing that to me when I was this age, so I'm never going to trust men. Or I remember my first boss did this to me, and I'm never going to trust female bosses. Or I remember my best friend doing this, and I don't trust people now. Like, this is just a past experience, past story. This is just a story way back there. It's not a belief. It is not a belief. So when this happens, when this thing comes up, whatever this thing is, when this thing's go, how's that been of service to me back then and moving forward? How's this been of service to me back then and moving forward? Because when we sit in this old story, this experience, whatever it is, this head just goes on a crazy thing, and then you don't trust your intuition, and then it just jumps onto the next train, and you've literally got a whole wealth of things that are going on for you. So to trust this intuition that you have, do look at those past experiences you've had, those stories, but appreciate them. Appreciate them for what you have right here, right now in this world. It's really, really important. If you even stuck with that one, because sometimes people can't, please reach out to me, because it's not as heavy as what you think. And when you do this just stops the overthinking. This just stops that person running with that rope. They literally can go, oh, you can actually get it. And there's a wording. What is it? This will allow you to avoid your analysis paralysis. I always forget that one. Where you overthink, basically. Overthinking is analysis paralysis. And shite just doesn't get done. The next tip I'm going to share is actually create something that works for you to allow you to make decisions. Something that works for you, may not work for others, works for you for decision-making decisions. So it could be a pros and cons list. Could be benefits of this, drawbacks of this, the advantages of this, the downsides of this, whatever it is, just to allow you to go, okay, I can see this. You don't have to get yourself into a pickle. When you look at that decision-making framework, don't get yourself into that crazy, but this, but, because the moment you get into that but decision, you're literally taking yourself out of flow. So when you get into that decision-making process, keep yourself in that flow. And I'm going to say it again. If you like this, reach out to me, because there's nothing worse than getting yourself into this place and you can't get yourself out. So just know that there is a lot of chaos that can go in our mind, and when we get to that decision process, it can literally immobilize it. It's too hard. I don't even know where to start. Deborah said this just for today. I can't even do that. Can't even go back and watch this video because there's too much in there. Just for today. Just for today. Just for today. The next one I'm going to talk about is, it's a modern word. It's a modern word, and it's called mindfulness, and it's a word I really don't like. Let's just go there. It's just not a word that I like, mindfulness. However, it is incredibly valuable to you. So mindfulness is, what does it mean to you? And it could mean, let's just take a moment and breathe. Let's just take a moment and breathe and focus on that, breathing through the nose, breathing out your mouth, pausing as each breath goes, or chewing your food, like whatever that is, and just going a little bit slower, and just, you're still going to get there, but whatever that is. And just, when I also talk about mindfulness, I'm also thinking about awareness. Be aware of what's around, who's around, the way food reacts to you, the way sleep reacts to you, the way people react to you. There's a thing that we have in our podcast, our Deliciously Motivated Mindset podcast, and it's called our PEMS, which is our physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual. If your PEMS are out of order, then the weeds will just continue to grow and grow and grow, and you will barely get any flowers. Any flowers will come through. So, but when you're, the 4 pillars of your PEMS, your physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual, with this mindfulness, it actually allows you to go, oh, I can see that. So acknowledge whatever it is. Acknowledge whatever it is. And then decide to do something about it. Or today I can't because I've got so much going on. Whatever that is. But when it comes to mindfulness, your body is going to tell you. Your body is going to tell you if you're sick, if you can't drink, if you can't eat, if you're not sleeping. There's something clearly going on. 1,000,000% there's something clearly going on. But you're not alone in this. I think that's the real I think that's the real point of this. But when I talk about mindfulness, I'm actually going to say one other thing, and it's my word, glitter. Now, I know this is a glitter drink bottle, surprise. You don't need to have a glitter drink bottle, Liam. You don't have to have a glitter drink bottle on your construction site, but a glitter bomb yourself, glitter sprinkle yourself. And when I talk about that, do what lights you up. Now, it could be a perfume, it could be a candle, it could be standing on the ground, taking your shoes off, it could be calling a friend, it could be putting headphones on and listening to something, it could be appreciating the sun, the rain, writing with a nice pen, whatever that is for you. Do more of that. That glitter bomb is the stuff that keeps you functioning with flowers all around you. Write yourself a letter, write yourself a note. What are you thankful for right here, right now? Which takes me into the second to last one. And the second to last tip is gratitude. Gratitude, gratitude, gratitude. Be thankful for what you have. Be thankful for what you don't have. Be thankful for what other people have. Be thankful for what other people don't have. No comparisons. It's just what's in your heart. Be thankful for who you are right here, right now, that you have the ability to watch or listen to this video and get some tips from it. Be thankful that the internet worked for you. Be thankful that it's raining outside or it's sunny outside or something's going on around you. Be thankful you've had this opportunity right here, right now with me. Be thankful for what you have and be thankful for what you don't have, because that truly shifts 99% of just that confusion from your head. Just that confusion from your head. And my last tip, hang on, we'll just do this. This one here is, where is it? Me. I'm here for you. I'm here for you, because if any of this is just too much for your head, and I said just for today and you want to pick one, if it's too much for you, reach out. I'm here for you. Or even if it's not too much, but you just want a little bit of help, I'll put my details in the chat. Reach out to me, because I am here for you to help this, removing your confusion from your head. So guess what I'm going to say now? I'm going to say this. If you liked this today, the next step is comment. Tell me what your favorite tip was that you enjoyed. Tell me what your favorite was. And the next step after that is reach out to me, because I'm just a message away. So I think I've got that under 20 20 minutes. Thank you very much. Have a fantastic day. That's Debs Cooper, Global Stressologist, signing off. Have an inspiring day and see you on the next video. Bye.